recording for Monday, the 27th of April. As you know, the SetUpps FRISX RAZOR indicator on TradingView has been performing quite well. From my previous videos, you can tell we had a recap video on Saturday for the week. The indicator bagged 210 pips on GU and 80 pips on gold. So it's been a very great week for us. And out of about 13 trades, we only had one loss on GU. So really great results. And the week's began, and we are here to share the results. Now, as you know, I'm on this journey with you guys, and I'm new to YouTube, getting used to this second week, but the results speak for themselves. So I thought I'll share with you guys. As you can see, we've got one-to-one risk reward. Every time the signal triggers, it sets a TP level and a stop loss level of 20 pips. So on Monday, the 27th, we had a signal triggered at 7:07 and went a little bit of a drawdown and straight by 8:52, it hit TP. So happy days. That was about an hour, just under 2 hours. Hit TP, that's 20 pips for the day. And then at 1:06, we had a signal trigger, a sell signal, and then on 1:11, we had another sell signal. Now, I would take both signals because that's the way I trade. I trade one lot, but it depends on how I feel. Sometimes I'd go with a 0.5 lot, and then it depends on how the day is gone. So, for example, the first trade was profitable, so the second trade I would go with 0.5 here, and then probably per trade. It depends on how much I've made for the day. But again, that was a sell anyway. It's the purpose of the video. Now, this is not financial advice in any form. It's for educational purposes. So as you can see, that was a sell here, and another sell came up. If you're taking both sells, you'd seen that did not hit TP, but another buy signal was triggered. Now, what I do is, if I said if I hadn't taken that trade or not taken the buy trade, or if you decide not to choose to take the buy trade, that would have gone to hit TP anyway. However, I stick to the trading rules, so the signal rules. So I would close these trades and take the next buy. So that would have stopped normally with 20 pips TP. However, if I'd stopped it, that would have been about 17.7 pips on that one, and the other trade would have been 14.4 pips. Bear in mind, the signals were about 3 pips apart interval. So that would have been 31.8 pips. So far, we've had 31.8 pips, 14.4, 17.4, plus the 20 pips from earlier on this morning. So far, it's 20 plus 31.8, which is 51.8. So that buy trade went in and hit stop loss, unfortunately. So that was a loss. So that was a minus 20 there. So that went down, hit stop loss after a while, went into a profit, pulled back down, and straight to stop loss. So in a nutshell, that was 20 pip stop loss, 20 pip loss. Deduct that from the 51.8. That is 31.8 pips. So that's not bad. A good start of the week, Monday. And just before I end the video, I'll quickly go through today, which is the 28th. Again, I said that always the signal is set from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. end of New York session. So that nothing happens overnight. So this is UK time anyway. But nothing happens overnight during the Sydney and Tokyo sessions. So far, we've had two signals. Today, Monday, Tuesday the 28th, we've had two signals, buy signals, which are both in drawdown. As you can see, when so close, it's not hit stop loss on the first trade. However, we're still running. So I'm going to leave it there, and we'll wait to see what happens tomorrow.